Hello, and welcome to Embrace Her Evolution. This podcast celebrates the limitless power within every woman. I'll be your host, Amanda Aguilar. I'm an Emmy Award-winning TV news reporter, an empowerment speaker, a mental health advocate, and your biggest cheerleader. Together, we'll embrace the twists and turns of life, from personal growth to relationships, career aspirations, and everything in between. If you're trying to level up, if you're ready to rediscover that confidence you lost, if you want to learn how to create a life you love and deserve, then stick around. Embrace Her Evolution will give you the insight and tools to bridge the gap between knowing better and doing better. I am so excited to join you on this incredible journey. So buckle up, babe. It is time to embrace your evolution. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Embrace Her Evolution. We are diving into jealousy or envy. I wasn't originally going to have episode 3 about this, but back in episode 2, I mentioned briefly how I now use jealousy of other girls to serve me, to help me. And so I wanted to get into it a little more because jealousy, it's a normal emotion. We are going to feel jealousy throughout our life. I'm still doing the healing and I still feel it. Everyone feels it. But it's important that we change our perspective about the feeling. So, what does jealousy even mean? Jealousy is a sign of something you'd like to have, maybe be, or something that you want to do, but you haven't explored it yet because you probably don't even know you want that. And so we resent seeing others have it or doing it. I actually gained a new perspective on jealousy too. My self-love coach, Asia, this will probably not be the last time I talk about Asia because she has played such a huge role in my evolution. But Asia and our girl, Tiffany Chung, they're really big on manifestation, law of attraction, right? So they have talked about how jealousy is a sign that the universe, God, whatever higher source you believe in, is trying to use other people around you and use their success to show you that your own achievement is already within reach. You're already on the right path towards it. And I love that perspective because now when I get triggered by someone and I'm like, oh, why do they have that? I remind myself, because I can notice that, because I can see that, it's almost for me, it's almost there. It's also really important that we embrace that feeling of envy or jealousy. Also, it's important to give ourselves compassion when we feel it because really, if we look at jealousy as this negative emotion and then we don't use it in a helpful way, we are essentially comparing ourselves and we are determining our own worth based off another person. And that can just lead to feeling insecure, feeling even more insecure if you're already dealing with that. And honestly, you can attract whatever you want in that type of energetic field because law of attraction, it is real, y'all. You cannot attract abundance in a scarcity mindset. So that's why we shouldn't push away this feeling of jealousy when we're feeling it, when we're triggered. Instead of using it as a way to show what we lack, we need to use it as inspiration. I'm going to give you an example, and I'm not going to use any names because I've never met this girl in my life. I only know of her, and I don't even think she knows of me, so I don't want to use her name. But my jealousy toward her actually played a role in me beginning to share my story so publicly, and ultimately me starting Embrace Her Evolution. In episode 1, I talked about that situationship that I was in. So he knew a girl from work and I felt really insecure about her. Remember, I didn't have any confidence, so I wasn't happy with myself, so I wanted to hate on her. I literally went to her social media, to her Twitter, her Instagram, and just find whatever I could to hate on. And she would always post things about her accomplishments. One of them, actually, many of them, being about her getting recognized for making a huge impact in her career field. And I would think to myself when I would see those posts, I'm actually going to say it in the voice that I used in my head, if that makes sense. So when I'd see her post, I'd always be like, oh my God, this girl is so annoying. Like, she's always posting about this stuff. She's so full of herself. Like, she's such a show off. Like, can she show off anymore? And then to add to that, I would go to the comment section on the post and I'd look at the comments and I'd see how people would say she is an inspiration to them. And yo, that jealousy kicked in real hard because then I started thinking, oh my God, be freaking for real. Is she really that inspirational? Why are people lying to her? I mean, is she really that boss bee that everyone is making her out to be? But then I started my self love journey. I started doing the work, I started developing self confidence, and then I was able to look at her and I was able to appreciate her as a woman. I was able to appreciate what she was doing in her field and the difference she was making in her community. And I became so self aware that I was able to ask myself, I was able to revisit those feelings of envy and ask myself, Amanda, why? Why does this girl trigger you so damn much? And I realized she had the confidence to be her authentic self. And because she felt so empowered, she used it to make an impact in her field and ultimately inspiring other young women. And I realized I wasn't doing that. I wasn't making an effort to do that. I also didn't even realize how important empowering other women, inspiring other women, I didn't realize how important that was to me. And that is when I was able to identify my secret desire. And it was just a few months later that I shared on Instagram about my journey with depression and anxiety and how I reached out to a therapist and also my self love journey. I found the strength to be vulnerable and raw and real and authentic, which has also inspired many women. And I know that because they've reached out to me and told me that. And I will continue to do that because I know it's so important to me. So you see there how I was able to recognize that feeling of jealousy and then turn it around to identify what I really wanted in life and what steps I needed to do to get what I desire. So I want you to do the same thing. And we're going to do that through the jealousy map. This is actually something Julia Cameron had in her book called The Artist's Way. All you need to do is have a piece of paper and a pen. I also have the jealousy map as a free worksheet available to my Embrace Her Evolution listeners. So go in the episode description and you can download it, print it out, and then do this on your own. If you just cannot wait to download and print out a piece of paper, you want to know now what your secret desire is, then get your paper out, get your pen out, because we're going to do the work, baby. So on that piece of paper, I want you to list the numbers 1 through 10. And then I want you to list out everyone you are even remotely jealous of. You don't have to know them. You could just know of them. You could be secretly following them on social media. I don't care. Make a list of everyone you are jealous of. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This exercise, it might have you feeling some type of way. And that's okay. Your feelings are valid. It's normal. Embrace those feelings, give yourself time and grace, and we're going to work through these feelings. So next to the name of the person that you wrote, I want you to write why you're jealous of that person. And to get to the root of the jealousy, just keep asking yourself why, and then you'll get to the root. And then next to the reason, write an action that you can do to move you towards that thing you want or are jealous of. As I said earlier, this exercise is definitely going to bring out some feelings, but it's also going to leave you feeling super empowered because you were able to take an emotion that is usually associated with negativity, but you were able to use it as a tangible tool to figure out what your secret goals and desires are. And not only that, you are taking action. You are coming up with baby steps towards achieving those goals. Thank you so much for tuning in to Embrace Her Evolution. If you loved this episode, or maybe you have a few more questions, feel free to hit me up about it. I have my email in the episode description. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for my email list. This will keep you up to date on everything Embrace Her Evolution. Plus, it will give you access to some free worksheets. Right now, I'm offering a jealousy map worksheet. I talk about this in episode 3. So if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it now. It will help you use the feeling of jealousy as a map to your desires. I truly believe a way to embrace your evolution is by sitting by yourself and doing reflection, and these worksheets will help you get started. Once again, you can find a link to that in the episode description. You'll also find my Instagram there. I love, love, love connecting with people, so make sure you give me a follow. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your evolution.